Hi everyone, it's Ray from Ray Life Coaching, and you can see I'm outside today, and it's cool actually, and I'm in the shade, so that's always nice. So yesterday I did not do meditation for myself or record it, obviously, and one of my partners has COVID, which meant I had to stay home, and I tested. I saw them probably quite a few days ago, so I tested myself yesterday and I was fine. I notice I don't really have any symptoms, so that's good. That being said, I also am on Whole30, which is like a elimination food program where you don't eat grains and sugar, and there's a few other things that. And then after 30 days, you start adding one thing back. Wait for a few days and write down your findings related to anything that how it may affect you. And so it's an intensive program. I did it last year, and it was really helpful for me. So I thought this year, I want to get back to, I really want to just stop eating certain types of sugar, forms of sugar. And I find them extremely addictive. Grains as well are hugely addictive for me. I can just not stop eating certain things, which is, it just doesn't feel good. So why do I even mention that? Well, my overall ability to manage my stress and during hunger is way less. So yesterday I felt gradually my stress level get higher as I got hungrier, and I think had I meditated that day, I probably would have been better. One, I would have listened to myself and probably stopped working and ate sooner or prepared more. But these are things that you just learn, and instead of berating myself about it and being mean and being like, oh, I can't believe you did that, or, whatever self-talk happens, sometimes we don't even realize what we're saying to ourselves. Instead of doing that, I'm just like, okay, well, that's good to know. Let's write that down. Meditation really does help me, and especially when I'm even more taxed. And I have to be aware, I'm more taxed right now, and let's, kind of support myself even more when I'm this stressed or this depleted in some way. So, but I know that I'm going to go back to meditation. I don't really need that to go back to meditation because it's been long enough for me. I've created a habit. But for someone, or had I just been starting, if you were just starting, then your self-talk is going to affect you even more. It can be the make or break to you continuing later. So that's why I say it. Helping yourself implement meditation on a regular basis there's so much that will support that. And I like to bring those things up because your everyday is the point, right? How you act and what's going on in your daily life is what will make or break, what you want to do, whether it be meditation or anything else. So I'm going to bring up another thing. So meditation is like a daily thing, let's say, right? It's something that maybe you said to yourself, I'm gonna do this daily or 5 days a week, but you at least have a pretty consistent thing, and there's not a lot of time in between, and that helps. Now, if it's something that just comes at you, you're like, oh, I have to do this and I don't really want to do it, but I know if I do it, I'll feel relieved and it'll be out of my way, it'll affect the rest of my day or week or year, then yes, you want to do it, but it might also just get tacked onto that list. You might not even write a list. You might just tack it onto your shoulders or your hips or something else in your body, right? And so I'm going to talk about those things, whether it be just contacting the doctor to schedule an appointment, or do something you don't normally do, but you do maybe once a year, or some lawn thing that you like doing, but getting yourself to do it just seems like so difficult. And so these things could be things that you really, really don't like to do, like you wish someone else would do, or they could be the complete opposite. You love doing them and you enjoy doing them, but they're just, for some reason, you haven't created a habit. Maybe they're not even things you want to do like on a daily or a weekly basis. They're not that consistent. They might be just like going on that vacation once a year, or that's a big thing, but it's also maybe something you don't give yourself that often. So I want to talk about those things, those like kind of odd, not always all the time things, whether good or bad, whether, meaning like you don't exactly love doing them, or you love doing them, but either way, you have a hard time getting yourself to do them. So I created this list, and you may see the video on TikTok, and it's my fun and hard list. It's how I can group those two together. And as a reminder, I first take all of that weight that I've held. Maybe I haven't even written down what these things are. Maybe I just have paperwork, which I do, just so you know. Paperwork just sitting in a pile. It's not a lot, but it's enough to annoy me every time I see it. That is a part of this list that I just keep on me. Instead of actually making a list and taking it off me, I just have this pile and this, brain in my head that always reminds me of all the things that I haven't done. So instead, I decided to make a list. And you may have already done this, right? You may have a list of things that you need to do. But for me, I kind of made it a little more specific, like the things that I need to do and I'll feel relieved when they're done, but I don't exactly love doing them. And they may not even take all that long. They might be like literally a call, which is like 2 minutes, Might take only 2 minutes to do, but for some reason I'm procrastinating on it, right? So I make this list, and it's called hard and fun. You can switch them around whichever way, and it just says personal list. So these are just personal things. So I segregated them into like just things for me, not related to my work, So on one side it says hard, and so one of the first ones is I had jury duty and I delayed it. So now I have to contact them and make sure that, see if I can delay it again or see what I need to do. So I got to do that. And then on the other side, they don't have to be like, oh, when I do this, I do that. It doesn't have to be that way, but it could be. On the other side is a fun thing that I just have sitting, waiting for me to do, which is like a pampering schedule. I have a session that I have to schedule. So the fun thing to do is just schedule it into my life and then actually do it. Or just do it. I probably don't even need to schedule it. So that's an idea. Some of them could be like calling the doctor for the appointment. Another could be like contacting that bill that you're like, what is this? I need to ask them about it. Could be some kind of, I'm switching over my cellular service, these things that you're just like, oh, I hate doing these things. Some people love doing these things. It's whatever you're like, I hate doing, but I need to do it. You may even just be like, I'm going to get an assistant to do that. Great, but just contacting this assistant, or finding the assistant might be your crux. So these are my cruxes. So the fun stuff is like calling to schedule my massage that I got a gift certificate for. Actually bringing myself out for karaoke night on Wednesdays. Doing an actual fire night because I have a fire pit. And, these are like, okay, yeah, I have I have these services that are free to me that I enjoy, but I don't actually use them, right? So it's like, how do I get this fun into my life? And what I was thinking is that I do the hard thing and then I celebrate with the fun thing. It's like I'm getting 2 in 1. Either way, when I do one of these, I feel better, no matter what. The ultimate goal is to relieve the weight from my body and to feel relief, because that relief will open doors to things not only to come to you, but your ability to do what you need to do. Your mind will open up all of a sudden. You'll be like, oh, why didn't I do that before? Why didn't I realize that I could do this, X, Y, and Z, and that would solve my big problem? It's because you've been carrying around all of these things. That's the stuff that's in your way. It might not be anybody else. It might be you. So that's the lesson that I wanted for today. And so we're going to actually visualize ourselves doing those things and feeling really freaking good. And then we're going to imagine what we want to attract afterward. Okay? So so we have to think about, like, what is it that we wish for so greatly in our lives right now? Whether it be love or the great opportunity in our career, or maybe it's just a feeling that we want. I mean, either way, it's a feeling we want, right? So, okay, so let's sit, and I'm going to take you out a little further and kind of move you over a little bit. Okay, here we are. So let's sit, find a comfortable seated position. I'm going to try to do this just because it feels good. Okay. Settle in. Roll the shoulders back a little bit and just notice where your seat is. Like, how are you being supported? How do your knees feel? Your ankles? Your shoulders and hips? And is your neck feeling like it's struggling to be up? Do you need to readjust? And that's okay. Whatever you need to do is important. And just bring yourself back inside. Notice the breath enter your nose into your body, letting the belly bloat up and letting the belly sink back as you exhale. And just pay attention a little bit now in silence while you notice the sounds around you. Let them soothe you. Even if they're loud and disruptive, let them be a part of the breath. Now I want you to take those sounds around you and the movement of your inner body as you breathe, and imagine a color vibrating outside of you. What would those sounds represent in color? How would they move? How would the color move? It could be more than one color. And let that color and movement move right through you as you breathe. However that feels right to you, whether it be that the color enters you through the breath, or the movement of the color just moves right through you like a vibration. As the noise changes outside of you, so does the color and the vibration. Let's do that in silence now. And notice any thoughts that arise, and as you exhale, just let them go. Come back to the breath and the noise, the color and the vibration. Let the vibration soothe you, and the sounds kind of be like a lullaby to your relaxation inside. Notice now that a light appears within, in the center of your body, a very bright white light. And as you breathe, each breath the light gets bigger and bigger, starting to fill up the body from the center out. It starts to join with the other colors outside with the sound. Starts to take its space outside of your body and create its own calming wave of bliss. Notice how the bright light exceeds your body. It exceeds the small space you sit in and goes as far out as you allow it to. And as you do this, you'll notice everything around you in your mind's eye becomes white like a blank slate. You just cleaned everything away. And as if you're opening your eyes to this white, open space, bright, open space, I want you to see one hard thing and one fun thing that you still have left to do. written on this white board in front of you, or a black chalkboard, whichever way it goes. And I want you to imagine your hand going out with a writing implement and just writing on this space in front of you these two things, one underneath the hard and one underneath the fun. Imagine yourself writing down whatever it is. Now, and remember to write down the fun thing that maybe you haven't gotten yourself to do yet. You want to do, but you keep on making excuses around not getting yourself to do it, or you're just too busy, whatever it is. Remember, these things can be very small. It can be as small as calling a friend up, writing a letter, whatever it is. It can be like a 2-minute activity, but for some reason you haven't allowed yourself to do it. Okay, once you have that down on your whiteboard or your chalkboard in front of you, I want you to look over to the hard side, as if all you can see now is the writing on the wall for the hard. I want you to imagine yourself now doing it. It's as if you you gotten up, walked past the wall into the words, and all of a sudden you're there, where you'd need to be to get that done. What do you need right now? What would bring you to this space? What time of day? Who would need to be there or not? What kind of things need to be there to support you in doing that? I'm just going to give you an example. I need to weed the patio. Now, my hard thing might be just starting. I don't got to do the whole thing. I can just do like maybe a quarter of it, because it's a lot. It's probably going to take me 2 hours. So I may say, you know what, I'm going to do a half an hour weeding the patio. What do I need to do that? What time of day? What kind of day? Do I want anybody there? Do I want people to be out of my way? Do I need some tools? Imagine yourself getting all of the supports you need. Imagine yourself doing it quickly. And then at the end, seeing your results, whatever those are. Whether it be just like, oh, thank God I did that. Or someone saying, oh, thank you for doing that. Notice how you feel having had done that. Now, I want you to step back, go back to the board, notice and look toward the fun thing as if that's all you can see. Walk toward the words as if you're stepping into the scene of the fun. What is it, again, that you'll need to support yourself in doing that? Where are you? Who's around you? All the questions. And when do you think that you're going to do this? It's going to be right after you do the hard thing? Can you do those two together? Preferably that would be good. that they work together in unison almost. Because you would want to celebrate your hard thing with your fun thing. Like really rejoice in the work that you've done. Imagine yourself doing that. How long will you be needing to do this? What would give you the best benefit? Notice all the sensations of doing this fun thing. The sounds, the touch, the smell and the taste, the sights. Imagine your body really being in that space of fun. How does it feel? And now, I want you to get up from that space and notice that whatever you wished for in your life to come to you, for you to be open to appear, whether it be the information or the energy to do it, just comes to you right now. You feel this energy of like, oh, wow. Just notice how that would feel. Is it exciting? Where would you place that in your body? If you had all the motivation in the world and all the belief that whatever you want is just ready and waiting, so it's coming towards you right now. And in some way you may even have it already. Imagine what color and what that feeling is inside. Place it in the body in one spot if you can. And I want you to now open your eyes in your imagination and really see this color exit your body and fill the space with that color. As if it's now a slate clean, but filled with that color. And that emotion that you experienced is all around you. Like it's possibility everywhere, probability everywhere. And now, just seated here in your imagination with your eyes open to this color, I want you to just wait. You're going to see all of a sudden, as I count to 5, the color clear and something appear that it represents your wish. Like you've got it right here, right in front of you. What would it look like? How would it feel? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, clearing, the image of your wish appearing. 4. It's getting more and more visible, and you are here. 5. Take it in, take in all the senses. What is it that you see in front of you? Who is in front of you? Are you alone or with many? What are the sounds around you that make you think, yep, I'm where I need to be? The smells, the activity, the movement, how your body feels, and any tastes. If it had a taste, what would it taste like? I want you to really discover this space and what you are doing and how you feel. We're going to take some moments in silence to do that. Notice your body and how it may change with a feeling. And if there are people in your vision, speak to them now. Choose one. And ask them why they are here. What is it that brought them here? And if they have anything to share with you. Notice how you feel when they share this with you, and ask them any questions that you need to have answered. Okay, now thank them for being there. Thank them all for being there if there's more than one. And if there wasn't anybody, maybe you were just talking to yourself. That being said, I want you to turn around and walk toward your body where it stands now. Enter yourself. Feel the sensations of the air around you, how your body feels seated on the ground or chair. Notice the sounds around you, any smells as you breathe in. And on your next inhalation, I want you to slowly move a little bit. Awaken the body with an inhale. And on your next inhale, when you're ready, slowly open your eyes or lift your head. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a long one. And I hope that helped just kind of bring you back to the things that are important to you. It did me, so have a great day.